I would like to thank you for that resounding welcome, and to thank the young ladies and young men who made it possible for my coming here after quite a while to address you. When people speak of religion, but before I go into that, let me equally pay tribute to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Brother Garvey, although doing his utmost to bring to our people the cognizance of the African heritage and to ask as many as would go and return back home, kept in mind the need for spirituality. However, he was unable to deal with it in terms of an African base. Just he was unable to have people accept the term African in its entirety. When you think of the name of the organization, it will tell you the struggle the men had in Jamaica, in the Caribbean. He started an organization by the name of African Communities League. But when he came to the United States, we were not ready for the word African, though we were allegedly ready to go home. We accept ourselves being Negro, but the continent being Africa. Quite a contradiction. Mr. Garvey made the compromise because it was more important to have the organization than equivocate over the name. Of course, up to shortly before his death in London, when I visited him, like many of us, he came to lecture at Africa House. And myself, a youngster, I think I was the youngest in that house that day. There were men like Krumah, Azikwe, Awolo, Nyomboro, and names like that, most of whom are now dead. When he stated that that was one of the drawbacks he had, the fact that he could not have his organization named in its proper way as the people of the organization. And I need to say, another thing that Mr. Garvey was ticklish about was the fact that he had to name an organization, his religion, in a similar manner as he had named others and give titles that were so similar as the European. But at the time our people were not ready to have other names other than that which Europeans used. I don't think we've changed much since that time. I think in some contexts we've gotten worse. So I'm going to speak this evening in terms of these three different religious groups. One of the problems is that we have gone from the religious basis of religion. Not even the theosophical basis of religion we maintain. Most of us treat religion as if it's a definite thing. When we say Adam and Eve, we think that there was a fellow named Adam and there was a woman named Eve. Literally. We don't understand that it's a theory of a group of Hebrews writers who were not there with Adam and Eve. I know you're going to question me, but then if Adam is the first man, nobody's there with Adam. If Eve is the first woman and the second person, it's only two of them. There's no recorder. Nobody there is taking down the record. There is no history or record showing that either of these people had a language they could read and write. Obviously, they must have started Gu Ga Ba, or the child, she must have said Adam, and he must have said Eve, and somebody might have said Steve, and who knows? And the conversation went on. But the truth of the matter, people can't understand is there was no factual, historical Adam and Eve. And it's the hardest thing to get our people to understand. They do not understand either that God or the deity is a concept. Nobody been there and see a God doing anything. It is the belief of man. Nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and believe it. But what I'm interested in is that we understand the difference between belief and knowledge. I know that I'm standing here. I'm not going to argue the question with you. I know this. I don't believe I'm standing here. I know. I believe somebody is standing outside behind this wall named Jane with a red coat on. I believe so. I'm not going to bet on it. I won't bet a penny because I don't have the fact. I believe so. I believe that when I die, I'm going to resurrect. I'm not going to bet. I could bet you. I bet you $1 million now to $1. Because if I die, you're not going to collect before you. And if you die, I'm not going to collect. So if both of us die at the same time, I can't neither going to collect. Because I haven't seen anyone die, get up and come back and say how it was on the other side. That's a belief. You may die and find out that God is a woman from Puerto Rico drinking green whiskey. Now you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. Now, if we could only understand then that whatever you believe is just that, a belief. I hope you're correct, and I wish you good luck. You will know when you croak. That will not be a belief after then. If there is a hereafter, you will know. If there isn't a hereafter, you have wasted time. So, all right. So, if we could understand ourselves before I even get into the meat of the thing, we will not be in any trouble. It's appropriate that we should be in a place such as this because we've just left the hall out there, downstairs, and of course there's another hall upstairs. Much of the articles, or many of the articles, and many of the artifacts you have seen upstairs are based upon the concept of a, not religion, because the ancient Africans had no religion as such, but the theosophical concept of a deity or deities. Deities who were male and female. I think one of the unique thing about the ancient Africans along the Nile in particular, since that's what I'm going to deal with, is that they did not have the sickness of Western man and Arab man. The sickness of believing that only the male character can be a deity. They were not corrupted in the belief of the inferiority of the woman. They saw both parties being and accepted that wherever there was a god, there was equally a goddess. Consistent with their belief in the law of opposite or equilibrium. In other words, for anything to be balanced, they believed that it had a central point, a point of balance, and there were the extremities of both sides of that point of balance, whether it's up or down, and if it was diagonal, it equally was balanced and the hypotenuse. The ancient Africans along the Nile, as a matter of fact, saw their spirituality being scientific, for they based it in the logic of mathematics. Not mathematics coming from religion, but to the contrary, the opposite. That what you call today religion, an organized body, an organization for the benefit of spirituality, and we don't even see it that way, The ancient Africans did not use that term. It is strictly European and Asian and certain groups of Asians who have carried their concept, their theosophical concept, into organized religion. As organized religion came in, there came the corruption to spirituality. Because people started to get paid for doing the work of spirituality, and therefore were more interested in projecting the jobs than men who made it possible for my coming here after quite a while to address you. When people speak of religion, but before I go into that, I would like to thank you for that resounding welcome, and to thank the young ladies and young equally pay tribute to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Brother Garvey, although doing his utmost to bring to our people the cognizance of the African heritage and to ask as many as would go